guys, just about to do the carpeting for the Ferrari interior and just thought I'd do a video showing how I do that. As I mentioned yesterday or last night, I use embossing powder to do my carpeting. You can see it comes in all different colors. I bought this bag from a lady who was selling a bunch of scrapbooking materials. So embossing powder is quite common, people doing scrapbooking. So you can also buy it in bottles like this. So for the longest while, I was only using black and white. So one of the nice things about embossing powder is it can also be painted when it's on the model. So a lot of times what I would do, if I wanted the color of the carpet to match the color of the interior, I used to, no matter what color the interior was, let's say it was a beige interior, I would use black embossing powder. That way when I would paint over it, it kind of took on a darker, slightly darker textured type of a color. And again, it really added to the look of carpet. For this one, I'm using contrasting color. So I'm actually using a colored embossing powder. As I showed last night, I'm going to be using this brown one. Of course, you can always use regular flocking as well, if you'd prefer that. The technique to do it, or the technique to do it, is exactly the same. And again, with flocking, of course, the same thing. It comes in different colors. So this can get a bit messy. So I do it in this tray. You can do it over a piece of paper as well if you like. One other thing I will mention as well, you can get away even much cheaper than using embossing powder. I think it was Chris Chapman. If you watch his channel, he actually used to use splices that he would buy at the dollar store. I think he was building Roadrunner once, and he used cinnamon to do the carpeting. And I mean, it's just a powder, so it's exactly like this. It's just his build would smell much better. So I guess a few things you need. Taking some guidance from Charlie Mack. Need to have some beer. This is called Aloha. It's a Sour India Pale Ale. Kitty Vitty, that's a local beer company here. So I think this is made from berries. It has a really citrusy aftertaste. So first things first. Oh yeah. This is just white glue and water. It's about a 50-50 mix. Just any regular old white glue. And all you do is, I normally do it in sections. So you just take the white glue mixture and you just put it on the section where you want the carpet. Then I use the screen, put the embossing powder in the screen and just shake it over the area and then move on to the next area. So let's just go ahead and start doing that. So you can see I just covered it in white glue because it's 50/50, it looks transparent. Of course you do want to be a little bit careful. I have some photo etch to go in here for the pedals as well as on the passenger side as well, so you just want to be careful not to try and not get glue anywhere where you don't want the carpeting to be. If you do, it's no big deal. You can just scrape it off before you do your next bit of painting. So I'll just put that there. And I just, sometimes this stuff can clump up a little bit, so you can of course do this right out of the bottle as well, but I just find the results are usually a bit better by doing it from a screen. Then you can just knock off any excess. And then so you might be able to see there. Let me see, maybe if I zoom in. You can see I missed a bit of a corner there. So that's no problem. You can just go back in with another little bit of glue and touch that one spot. And then reapply. Now, because of course this car is a coupe, you can get away with a lot more mistakes than if this was a convertible. So there you go, you can see that one little bit. Now again, I'm not going to go up over this area here simply because you're not going to be able to see it, and like I said, I have photo etch stuff to go in there as well. So I just need a little tiny bit of cleanup along this edge here, and then I can move on to the back section. So when I get these two parts here done, I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I got the floors done in the front, as much as I need, again for this model. Again, if this was a convertible or something like that, you'd want to do a bit more probably than what I have done here, but I'm only interested really in what can be actually is going to be able to be seen in this car. Like I said, there's going to be a figure and stuff here, so this door over here is going to be closed, so there's a lot that you're not going to see in here. But the only other section I do want to do is the bottom of this trunk. I think in a real car this is all supposed to be leather, if I'm not mistaken, all of this. So that's why I haven't done the whole thing, but if this was a car that was completely carpeted, of course you could go to town and do everything on it. So I have a little bit here left over. Probably not enough to do that bit there, but we will try it anyways. So again, we just get a bit of the glue, and again, you can be as careful as you want with this. Oops, sorry guys, I'm out of frame. The nice thing as well about using a sift to do it is you won't get any clumps, or if you're just using your, pouring it out of the bottle or picking it up with your fingers and putting it in, you can get a lot of these clumps will go to the glue. So by using a screen, you're actually getting all of the lumps out. And there you go. So once the glue dries, then you can go back and do any cleanup. You definitely don't want to touch this when it's still wet, because again it'll just clump up. You'll just make a mess out of it then. So yeah, we'll just give that a couple of hours to dry and that'll be it. And again, by using this little tray, there's no point in throwing this stuff away. So we can just use the tray, and you can, whatever you didn't use, you can just put back in the bottle to use next time. And like I said, really all you need is something that's a powder. Like I said, Chris uses spices from the dollar store when he does some of his carpeting. So it doesn't have to be embossing powder, or it doesn't have to be flocking. It can be whatever works, right? So yeah guys, I don't want to call that a tutorial as such, because there's 100 different ways you can do it and 100 different things you can use to do it. But I just want to make a quick video just to kind of show you that that's how I do it. So I'll finish my delicious beer here, because this is really good, and I'll wait for that to dry, and then be right back to show you the final of it. Okay guys, so this is all pretty much dried now. So you can see it looks pretty good. So there's still quite a bit more detailing work to do inside of this interior yet, as I mentioned before. I'll just give you an update while I was waiting for that to dry. I started working on the steering wheel and steering column, doing a bit of photo etch. So those shifting pedals, they're photo etch. You can see right now, or you probably see, right now they're straight. When I get the steering wheel on, I'll actually bend those to where they're supposed to be. And the steering wheel is pretty much done right now. Just zoom in a bit. So I'm just waiting for the decal to dry. And as well, you can see that little red start button there. That's actually a photo etch piece as well, which I'm waiting for that to dry. Just a little tip, if I'm sure anybody who works with photo etch knows this, but just in case, for really small parts like that, you can see how small those number 23 and 24 are, especially very tiny. So good luck trying to place that with your fingers. But a good tip is to get one of these China markers, and you can use this to pick up the small pieces and basically place them where you're where they need to go. You can see here, I'll just show you. This is the center cap that I lost the other day. Oops. That I lost the other day, and of course you find it when you don't need it. But you just take the tip of the pencil and just touch it, and you'll see it'll pick it up. But it doesn't leave any residue or anything like that. Then you just take that, and you just take that to where you want to place it. Have the super glue and just touch it down like that, and the super glue will hold it there. So just a little tip. Again, if you're, I'm sure most of you guys are aware of that, but, and those China markers are easily found at the #1 hobby supply store, the dollar store, of course. You can find these anywhere for, like I said, $1. You get 2 in a pack actually for $1. So anyways guys, it's enough rambling. So I hope something in this video helps somebody along the way, give somebody some ideas or something. So anyways guys, as always, thanks for watching and hope you stay tuned.